Tuesday is Money Day. Dr. George Charles Pappas got money. A Poetic Guide, Tuesday Daily Synpanisms. The 7 Spiritual Phases of Success. Introducing Dr. George Charles Pappas, Chairman of the Board of Synpan Corporation, who will speak to you spontaneously and extemporaneously via telephone on the nature of the wellness universe of prosperity and abundance.
Why is it that while many complain of their fate, so few discover great life satisfaction? It is because they discover the inner doorway to a reason for being. It may be the pursuit of wealth, a mighty cause, or adventure and discovery. Others remain restricted to ideas that hold them in mental bondage. To become, one must ignite a secondary rocket, not just burn the fuel from physical strength. This secondary supply of drive is as different as wood and gasoline is to its nature. The first life force keeps us alive in the physical sense, but the second makes us alive in the spirit sense. It will release the inner power to create, to invent, and surmount the barriers that traditions have built, traditions that protect. The adventurous are challenged by dynamic. They are not to be appreciated as training grounds, but some have to go beyond to scout out the way to the future. We must remember that from time to time we do get the message from higher consciousness, and it is whispered in sleep, in dreams, in prayer, and meditation to each of us. The Great One calls the sons and daughters home. Allow yourself to hear, believe in your own divinity, and invite your hopes, dreams, and aspirations to come alive. It is only by some bold ones in so doing that our nature species and our human species has come so far. The past is a footstool upon which we stand as we reach for the stars. Rapidly, humanity is learning to use that power. It must now choose to use wisely or risk the abuse. To fear others or even ourselves leads to misuse of our nature and our talents. To love others and ourselves helps us dream of a more wondrous world. Right use of power is a great goal. The call goes out in the words of Scripture from the wise in silence and art, that we can have what our nature needs to be joy-filled. How great can your life be with modification? Are you ready to envision a better world for all? The Master shared, you will always be and have the ability to serve the poor. So we envision for others as well new ways of co-working, kindness, self-esteem, and appreciation. We are ready to cultivate the earth as the garden it is intended to be, a place of inspiration and beauty. Just as the weather clears between ourselves and the sun, our personal fog gradually lifts between the earthly personality and the divine within. The injunction is to constantly guide us to the realization that we are divine beings, thinking, acting, and achieving as we learn to use the amazing resources within us. We are to be creative gods in action, wiping away the illusions of limitation that hold us in restriction. An important and perhaps the most important point in our writings is that we get what we want by feeling it into manifestation. We always address this as what we hold in thoughts. However, when challenged by the power of our own subconscious mind, what we really believe is what we act out. We clearly consider ourselves in heart and mind that can work together. When we think it in our hearts, we feel it in our minds. What we hold in thought and feel deeply, we activate. When we wish to create, we get into a clear form of energy. Mind begins to spark thoughts and heart stimulate feelings of excitement. We make evoke thought form like an outline, then fill it with feeling. Let us realize this effort vibrates a kind of electromagnetic impulse to a clear mental feel about us. Now magnetized, the impulse begins to draw back to us from the higher world that which we are holding in thought. Now, read again and again some of the poetic verses that we will be offering you, and do so with feeling in your chest. You are creating your desire for yourself. The heart center is beginning to serve its rightful purpose. You generate lots of vital energy in yourself and then send them out to the Creator, consciousness, and summon attention. Then what you have sent out returns. The spiritual understanding is preserved in the formula desire, believe, expect. You desire, you believe, you expect.
Introducing Dr. Pappas, who will describe in some detail the concept of critical mass intentionality, or CMI.
The concept of critical mass intentionality. Herein is revealed the secret of self-empowerment. Once this process takes place, the keys to using realized potential become self-evident to awakened ones. Individuals will perceive a new grasp of the game of life and how to play it. In my authored books, I have said repeatedly, once critical mass intentionality has been achieved, there will be no limit to global progress on such issues as world health, wealth, peace, miracles, money, power, love, and all the other human attributes. A total revitalization of the earth and humanity is possible when a significant number is attained. Just to repeat again, critical mass intentionality, or CMI, is the term giving to the power of collective thought. Like-mindedness unleashes the power of group thought to activate change. Through Synpan, CMI will help us realize that a critical mass intentionality will grow inside the Synpan revolution with the power to draw all toward the collective intent. To focus our attention on the concept of well-being for the benefit of all enables CMI to grow. to conclude, once ignited, the intention creates a tremendous awareness of ways and means to affirm win-win progress. Thank you.
George Charles Pappas and Synpan Corporation present weekly Synpanisms based on Dr. Pappas's concept of critical mass intentionality, CMI, that would be no limit to global progress on such issues as world health, wealth and peace. A total revitalization on the earth and humanity possible when this significant number is achieved. CMI is the term giving the power of collective thought, like-mindedness on issues, the power of group thought to activate change. Mind without wealth is cruel. Wealth consciousness will not happen until we die to the old self. The old must give way. Old attitudes, concepts, philosophies, ideologies, old identity, old ego. They must die for wealth to be born. Wealth cannot be captured, possessed or entrapped. It moves like the air, a fragrant scent, recognized by the soul. Wealth is food for the soul. To find wealth in the heart comforts and assures. The purest wealth carries no ego. Purest wealth has no expectations. Wealth delights in total surrender and the richness of each moment.